What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today I've got another Entitled Parents video for you, but before we get into the stories, make sure to drop a like on this video. Let's try and hit 5,000 likes. Ex-stepmom releases my cats into the wild. This happened about 7 years ago now, and I'm still mad about it. When I was 11, my dad bought me a cat for my birthday. He was an orange fluff ball named Angelo, and I loved him so much. Everything was my responsibility, cleaning the litter box, giving him food, brushing, etc. Anything you need to do to take care of a cat. A year later, I got a tiny grey kitten named Dexter. They were my babies. Then the world fell apart. I never believed in the wicked stepmother stereotype until this. My dad and stepmom's fighting got worse and worse, to the point where she would hit my dad. Her and her son would do nothing but complain about the things my dad did. So my dad got out of there and I went to stay with my mum while he looked for a new place to live. Everything was going fine until things started getting split in the divorce. By terms of the divorce. Firstly, her son's car had to be put in her name, so my dad wouldn't pay for it. That's another story entirely. Secondly, all of my dad's and my things had to be returned to our new apartment. And thirdly, I got to keep my cats. Apparently, my stepmom didn't like number 3. She wouldn't return my cats. My dad contacted his lawyer multiple times to try and get Angelo and Dexter, but she kept refusing. Finally, my dad threatened to take her to court so that he could get the cats back. But wait, what's this? She doesn't have the cats anymore. She actually confessed that she released my cats in the middle of nowhere. And we have a lot of coyotes near where we live, so unless they were picked up by someone, they were almost definitely killed. My stepmom then told my dad he could have the house. She packed her things and left the state. I miss my cats. I haven't been able to get any since Angelo and Dexter, but I really hope to get one in the future. But I have a new stepmom now, and she's the nicest person in the world, so sort of a happy ending. Oh man, I mean, firstly, that is just a terrible situation to have your cats just thrown out like trash for no reason. I'm really sorry that happened to you. But secondly, I'm wondering why you didn't just sue or at least press charges against your stepmom. You can't just throw cats into the wild, can you? I mean, I don't have a cat. I've never owned a cat or a pet that can be thrown into the wild, but that must be illegal. Well, actually, I've just seen that OP has left an edit at the end of this post to tell us the answer to that question. Edit. A lot of people have been saying that we should sue for animal cruelty because of what my stepmom did, but the biggest reason we didn't is because even if we sued, it wouldn't bring my cats back. We tried calling shelters and putting up missing posters, but we never found anything. Even if we sued, the result would be money and not my cats. It was really the idea that no amount of money would be able to bring back those 2 cats, and at the time I wasn't ready to just replace them. I hope this answers people's questions about that. Well, yeah, it certainly does help mine. Anyway, now that that question has been resolved, let's move on to our second story. And it's another one about pets. Entitled Mum steals man's dog, then tries to sell the dog back to its owner. So, I am not the protagonist of the story, but it happened yesterday and I just learned the story from my friend, who is the actual protagonist. A bit of background. Me and my friend live in Greece. However, my friend is from Turkey. In our town, there are poles outside stores to tie your dogs to while you are in the store. My friend has a very cute rescue dog, Samoyed, I think they are called. Okay, that must be the breed. Her name is Jessie. Now, my friend was out shopping and he stops out of a bakery to get something to eat. He ties Jessie and goes in, but when he comes out of the store, he sees that Jessie's leash was taken by a woman, EM or entitled mum, and a kid around 8, an entitled kid, was petting her. So my friend asked politely, "Is this dog yours?" The entitled mum said yes. She looked annoyed, probably because of my friend's nationality. "Is it male or female?" "Mummy, can we go now?" "Wait, what is her name?" "What do you care?" "This dog is mine, Mom." "No, it's not." At this point, the entitled mum was shouting and the shop owner comes out to see what's going on. "What is going on here?" "This man is trying to steal my dog. Please send him back to Turkey. He doesn't belong here." Oh my goodness me, what is it with the number of racist entitled parents we're seeing in stories over the past few days? I mean, yesterday's video had at least 2 racist stories, now another one, why? Now, Jessie starts barking, probably because she is bored. The owner sighs and leaves them to it while he goes back into the bakery. The entitled mum then says, "Okay, if you want her so bad, you can buy her." I'm not buying my own dog. "She's not yours, but you can have her for 50 euros. My friend is now calm at this point. "Okay, I want you to prove that she's yours. Tell me something about her only her owner could know." "Her name is Jessie." "I knew that too." "She is a Samoyed." "Obviously." The entitled mum then starts stressing out. "Okay, I'm not having this." Her entitled kid is crying, my friend is angry, and the entitled mum is stressed. "Okay, I'm a little bit confused as to how the entitled mum could know the name of your dog, but maybe she looked at the collar or just heard you over talking when you went into the shop." "Alright, if you know this, I'll believe you. What number does the label have?" Mine, of course. Okay, so does your number happen to be, he says, a random phone number which is not his? Yes. Well, too bad, because if you take a look, you'll see that the number is actually my number. Now give me Jesse and F off before I call the police. Long story short, she gave him Jesse with a little help from the camera footage, and he sued her for attempted theft, harassment, and verbal assault. The trial has yet to be made since the event was only yesterday. Note that this is a cut short version. The full story includes many racist comments, the entitled kid yelling, my friend cursing, and much more. I chose not to include those due to my friend not wanting me to do so. I don't know what it is, but there's something about entitled parent stories which involve animals which make me feel more angry than when they involve actual humans. Do you guys feel the same? It's a little bit weird. It's a weird thing about humans that it seems when we hear about other people's animals that we don't actually know ourselves, we feel more compassion than other people that we don't know ourselves. Guys, let me know in the comments below if you agree with that. It's a little bit of a weird thing to comprehend, but I think that's true in most people. Now moving on to our third story, inject my son with orange juice. That's gotta be one of the strangest titles I've ever read, but let's get into it. I'm currently working as a professional mental health nurse. This incident took place when I was a student nurse and was posted in the pediatric ward. We had a boy in the general ward who had been admitted with a case of viral fever, I think. By the time I started my posting, he had been there for about 3 or 4 days. As soon as he entered the ward, the entitled mum hounded me. Excuse me, I've been saying the same thing over and over again, but you people just don't listen, do you? Oh, well, hello, mum. I'm sorry, what seems to be the problem here? This is my first day here and I don't really know. Well, then why are you here if you don't know anything? Go back and send someone who's not as stupid as you. Though I highly doubt anyone in this hospital really has a brain. I apologize again, mum, but if you could just tell me what's wrong, then I might be able to sort it out. Well, I've been telling your people for the past few days that my son doesn't like apple juice. He likes orange juice and you should give him that, but nobody's listening to me. He's still getting apple juice and even that is of really bad quality. Okay, it seems that the good folks down in the kitchen have it wrong. Don't worry, mum, I'll consult with the nutritionist and we'll have this sorted out in no time. The entitled mum just scoffed and marched away. I talked with the nutritionist and asked why the kid was being forced to take apple juice when he didn't like it, but she told me that the kid wasn't getting apple juice. In fact, he wasn't getting juice at all. He was getting milk with almost every meal. Now I was confused. I talked to the entitled mum and she shouted at me how I was stupid like the rest of staff. Just then, breakfast arrived. Sure enough, the kid had milk and not juice. Mom, the nutritionist suggested milk for your kid and that's what he's getting? He's not getting apple juice. No, you idiot, he gets that with his lunch and not breakfast. Deciding to see what the issue was once and for all, I promised her I'll come back at lunchtime to settle the issue. Lunch arrived and the kid got, you guessed it, milk. I again pointed this out to the entitled mum and she said the kid gets the apple juice after the lunch. Okay, what? I was really puzzled then. Just then, a nurse arrived to administer the afternoon medications. Yep, I see where this one is going. See, now he'll be getting that nasty apple juice. Just then, the nurse hung a bag of saline by the kid's bedside and injected a vial of MVI, multivitamin infusion, in it and connected it with the kid's IV line. The MVI injections we had in our hospital were yellow coloured and smelled like someone just farted 3 days worth of tacos. And that's when I had the epiphany of what had been the entitled mum's issue. Now, being the considerate creature she was, she confirmed my suspicions with a horrible screech. See, I told you, apple juice, nasty smelling apple juice. Oh my god. Well, say something. Mom, that's not apple juice, it's an injection. Don't you dare lie to me. Everybody else has been saying the same thing, but I know the truth. You people have orange juice, I've seen it. Give my son that. Put orange juice in that bag. All subsequent attempts to explain to her failed. She screamed loudly and disturbed other patients as well. The attending physician heard all the commotion and came to see what the matter was. He also tried to explain that her son was in fact being given an injection, but she refused to believe that we weren't injecting her son with apple juice and that juice couldn't be given intravenously. The doctor said, fine, if this is apple juice then I suppose you wouldn't mind a taste. And with that, the awesome doc disconnected the IV line, poured some of that nasty apple juice in a plastic cup and shoved it under the entitled mum's nose, who promptly gagged. Oh please, have some juice and we'll give your son a different one. You'll like it, I promise. Naturally, the entitled mum refused. She never asked for orange juice again. But I heard from other patients that the entitled mum had been blabbering about suing us for injecting her son with bad quality apple juice and then making a fool of her. And that's the true reason, folks, why Thanos wanted to eradicate us. Maybe he had a one too many encounter encounters with unhinged entitled parents. Wow, can you imagine if that was actually the case? Thanos was like, you know what, I'm done here. Too many entitled parents. It's just amazing how stupid some people just can be in general, or just are, you know. I don't know if this person was just taking the mick, they're that stupid. I don't know if this is true, right, but intravenous fluid goes into your blood, right? If you had apple juice in your blood, wouldn't that just kill you? I don't know, but surely you're not meant to have apple juice in your blood. And also, final point, if the entitled mum was genuinely so stupid, then why wouldn't she try some of the apple juice? I guess it did smell pretty bad, but if she thinks it's apple juice, just give it a sip. Seriously though, fair play to that doctor for offering up apple juice to drink. That is pretty funny. Anyway guys, that is going to do it for this episode on my channel. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you did and you want some more immediately, you can check out the videos on either side of me right now. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're getting closer and closer to 400,000 subscribers and that giveaway. So if you haven't done yet, do it.